This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We begin today's show looking at the escalating threats of violence against Haitian immigrants as Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump and his running mate JD Vance continue to double down on their racist lies, falsely accusing Haitians living in Springfield, Ohio, of eating people's pets and other animals in the outdoors. On Saturday, 2 Springfield hospitals were forced to go on lockdown after receiving bomb threats. This was at least the 4th such case after a bomb threat on Thursday prompted authorities to order the evacuation of Springfield City Hall and several municipal buildings. Springfield Mayor Rob Roux said the threat came in an email from someone angry over the city's resettlement of Haitian immigrants. 2 colleges in Springfield, Wittenberg University and Clark State College, also received shooting and bombing threats over the weekend, prompting officials to cancel events and move classes online. On Sunday, Vance defended the far-right racist lies during an interview with CNN's Dana Bash.
The Clark County Sheriff and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources reviewed 11 months of 911 calls. They only identified 2 instances of people alleging Haitians were taking geese out of parks. They found 0 evidence to substantiate those claims. Also, other evidence that you have talked about, even you've retweeted, alleged evidence, are unsourced social media videos from a different city, apparently no connection to Haitians. And this is from a conservative activist who offered a $5,000 reward for such things. And then going just backly to the schools and the hospitals and so forth being overwhelmed, nobody is disputing that the town of Springfield, Ohio needs help. But you're not just a bystander, you're the senator from Ohio. So instead of saying things that are wrong and actually causing the hospitals, the schools, the government buildings to be evacuated because of bomb threats, because of the cats and dogs thing, why not actually be constructive in helping to better integrate them into the community? Because there are a lot of employers there who say that the Haitian workers are helping fill jobs that they need desperately filled.
Dana, first of all, let me just respond to a couple of things that you said, but I want to start with something you said, which I think is frankly disgusting and is more appropriate for a Democratic propagandist than it is for an American journalist. There is nothing that I have said that has led to threats against these hospitals. These hospitals, the bomb threats and so forth, it's disgusting. The violence is disgusting. We condemn it. We condemn all violence.
Senator, this happened after you and President Trump were on the debate stage, said that cats and dogs were being eaten.
Meanwhile, Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine told ABC News Sunday Trump and Vance's remarks about Haitians were garbage and simply not true.
And here's a question I never thought I would have to ask, but do you see any evidence as governor of the state that Haitian immigrants are eating pets?
No. Absolutely not. That's what the mayor said. That's what the chief of police has said. I think it's unfortunate that this came up. Let me tell you what we do know, though. What we know is that the Haitians who are in Springfield are legal. They came to Springfield to work. Ohio is on the move, and Springfield has really made a great resurgence with a lot of companies coming in. These Haitians came in to work for these companies. What the companies tell us is that they are very good workers. They're very happy to have them there. And frankly, that's helped the economy.
So that's the Republican governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine. Meanwhile, during a campaign event in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, Trump repeated his threats of carrying out mass deportations beginning in Springfield if he's reelected in November.
We're going to have the largest deportation in the history of our country, and we're going to start with Springfield and Aurora.
Trump was referring to Springfield, Ohio, and Aurora, Colorado. For more, we're joined here in our New York studio by Guerline Jozef. co-founder and executive director of Haitian Bridge Alliance, which is an immigrant advocacy organization that provides humanitarian assistance to Haitians and other Black immigrants from the Caribbean and Africa. Welcome back to Democracy Now! It's great to have you for the first time in our New York studio, Guerline. If you can talk, first of all, about what's going on in Springfield, Ohio. But when the community receives threats like this in one city, from the hospital lockdown, elementary schools closed, colleges going online, threats of bombings, threats of school shootings, this affects more than the community of Springfield.
Thank you so much, Amy, for having me. And that is the reality, and that's what we continue to say. Those type of narratives, when they think they're only attacking one person, one community, it has ripple effects. The reality now in Springfield, the entire community's lives are at risk. And what we are saying is currently this has been a tactic that's being used: fear, division, and this is a time for all people in cities like Springfield to come together and fight against those hateful speech that literally are creating those security issues in Springfield and also in other places across the United States.
Let's talk about the tens of thousands of Haitians who have come to Springfield. The Republican governor himself saying these are legal immigrants who've come to work. The corporations here love them. We're talking about a dying Rust Belt town.
Absolutely. And we have a cohort, the Haitian Bridge Alliance have a cohort of people that we have been working with to really train them, to have them to fill those extremely needed positions. And what we see and what we know and understand is that as the city of Springfield was in a decline, those Haitian people came there, they revitalized the economy, they paid their taxes, and they are really supporting to create a vibrant community in Springfield. And that is the reality, and that is the story that needs to be done. Just like the elected officials in Springfield, you heard from the governor, you heard from the mayor, you heard from the sheriff office, that these people are there and they are supporting, revitalizing the economy, revitalizing the culture, and we need to make sure that is the reality, because those false narrative that continues to create this atmosphere of fear, not only for the Haitian community, but for every single person living in Springfield, is dangerous and cannot continue.
The mayor of Springfield was pleading for the federal authorities. Now, let's remember, JD Vance is not only the vice presidential nominee, he's the Ohio senator. In fact, he represents all of Springfield. Talk about why tens of thousands of Haitians were essentially invited to Springfield.
They needed help, basically. And I remember in one of the earlier articles from the New York Times, it literally said, we prayed for a miracle and the Haitians came. That's what someone from Springfield said when they really were trying to see what are the contributions of the Haitians. We prayed for a miracle and the Haitians came. And that's the reality. And as we are looking into people who are supposed to be leading our country, people who are supposed to be creating opportunities, they are the same one creating the division. And we really understand this is really rooted in anti-Black racism and in white supremacists.
I wanted to go to Haitians living in Springfield, Ohio, who said they feared for their safety after JD Vance made false and derogatory claims about their community members eating pets. This is Rose Tamar Joseph, Secretary of Haitian Community Help and Support Center in Springfield.
Since Monday, after the tweet of the Senator Vance, the Asian community in Springfield are a little bit shocked and frustrated. And a lot of them are maybe talking about leaving Springfield. A lot of them are, there is so much fears in the community. Asian people are hard workers, and This is the first reason that Haitian people are here in Springfield. It's because they heard about the job opportunities in Springfield and around Springfield.
And this is a Haitian who has been living in Springfield for a year and has 2 young children. Mark did not want to reveal his last name, didn't want to be seen on camera. He told reporters his children have been bullied by other kids, also threatened by teachers. He said he also had to quit his job because he was being harassed at work.
Since last year, they are facing a lot of problems at school. Like, they were bullied by other kids, and I had to send email, address the situation several times to the principal. And I had to move to another neighborhood because I was like scared for them, and they were like very traumatized, especially after all these things that saying in the social media that we're eating dogs. In our culture, we don't eat dogs. That's ridiculous. And even we have local officers say that there's no evidence, and we see people are very aggressive against us in Springfield. At work, I quitted my job like last week because I was harassed, retaliate, even like they tried to demote me because as a guy, employees would call me Asian, call me at work, and the company didn't do nothing. And I think it is not good. But I don't really feel like actually I'm welcome in Springfield.
So that's a Haitian resident of Springfield, Ohio. Also this weekend, far-right groups started to come into town, like the Proud Boys, who marched Saturday in some parts of Springfield. Guerline Jozef, if you can talk about the program under which Haitians legally come to the United States, temporary protected status. Well, Trump wanted to end it. He didn't. He couldn't. And the Biden administration didn't start it, but has continued TPS.
Yes, thank you so much, Amy. And there are 2 programs. There's the CHNV program that is for Cuban, Haitian, Venezuelan, Nicaraguan. A lot of people have come legally, regularly to the program. Yeah, they have people who sponsor them and they come. And then TPS, temporary protected status, is, as you mentioned, a protected status that former President 45 tried to eliminate. And the community and organizations, advocates took him to court, and we were able to fight it. And right now we have a new redesignation and extension of TPS for Haitians who are already in the U.S. So therefore, those people, they have the work permits and they are able to really provide for themselves. And not only that, they pay their taxes and they are able to really continue to be an integral part of the American society. And I also want to highlight that the Haitians have always been an integral part of the very fabric of the United States. That has been historically the fact. And we have people, I personally know people who have been in Ohio, in Springfield, since the 1950s, Amy. So these people have not only been there continuously to provide and support, and now we have a new flow of Haitians who are coming and also fulfilling not only their dreams, but also the dreams of cities that they are in. But that is not the first time that we hear those narratives from the United States, really blaming Haitians for bringing HIV/AIDS into the United States, from 45 saying that he doesn't want people from asshole countries such as Haiti and Nigeria, but he does want people from Eastern Europe who are blue eyes, blonde hair. So we really understand those realities also, that when we talk about immigration and we talk about the people we don't want here, we are talking about black and brown.